Hello and a very warm welcome on the IPL Huddle here on ESPN Cricket Info. We're building up to Season 7 of the Indian Premier League in the company of Ajit Agarkar and Shishir Hattangdi. Both of them will be with us throughout this extended coverage. But we're going to start looking at individual teams with Ajit and Shishir. And let's begin by looking at the Mumbai Indians. This is the reformatted squad of the Mumbai Indians. And on your screens now, it's a very different look to this team, Ajit, than it was earlier. And when you look at just the names on that team sheet, it doesn't quite look as imposing a team as it was earlier.
Not at all. I mean, they obviously had Mitchell Johnson last year. They had the great Tendulkar at the top for the 6 years of the IPL, and they had Dwayne Smith, who had a big impact for them. So 3 key players missing. Yeah, they still have a great first 11. I mean, Mike Hussey, they'd hope that Mike Hussey is in good form. He's been away from international cricket for a few seasons now, and it never gets easier. It's only going to get difficult for him as the tournament comes through. And Zahir Khan, they've got him back. So those two are key to them. If they don't perform well, they could be in bigger trouble. But look, I mean, most teams, at least the first 11, are quite closely matched. It's just the depth of the squad that Mumbai Indians might be lacking.
But it's not just about the first 11 in the IPL, isn't it? Because you play so many games, 14 games before you make it to the last 4. And the Indian batting is always critical in a T20 tournament. This is where the Mumbai Indians have holes to fill. I mean, there is Rohit Sharma, yes. But after that, there are problems. I mean, the next best is perhaps Ambati Rayudu.
On paper, this has been the problem over the years. They've never found a balance in terms of their domestic Indian partnerships or opening partners over the years. They've struggled. By the time it's 3/4 into the tournament, they're still looking for their opening partners, and that's let them down. But they're champions. They've won it, and they probably know now what it takes to win a tournament. It's been a big monkey off their back over the years, winning the tournament with such a strong team on paper. A very passionate owner, things that matter in franchisee cricket,
yes.
And this is something that they've been able to sort out. They've had changes in their team which are going to affect them. Dwayne Smith, as Ajit said, was a real important player for them. Very understated amongst the big names, but he delivered a lot, big numbers for them, gave them good starts, clinched deals actually in T20 matches, and that is something that they will miss. Now, Dwayne Smith may not be in the big league in terms of names, but he was the player last year, and they'll miss him a lot.
In fact, we're just going to have a look now at Mumbai's history in the IPL. Now, this is a team that's always made no secret of its ambition, and over the years, they've had some problems, such as the early part of the IPL when they actually didn't make the last 4, and then, as Shishir meant, in 2013 they went ahead and won it. This time around, made investments in the new kid on the block in Corey Anderson, who's now picked up an injury. Kieron Pollard also coming off an injury. So these are also little concerns for them, because these are key players.
Yeah, as you said, key players. That's the right. Those are right words for them, because you'd expect both Corey Anderson and Pollard, if they're fit, to be part of the first 11. Doesn't matter what conditions they are, because both of them all-rounders, bring a lot to their team. Yeah, big concern. I think Pollard's still playing a bit of domestic cricket back home, so he's probably back. Corey Anderson's the big question mark, and obviously they've invested heavily in him. They're missing Dinesh Karthik as well this year, who had a massive season for them last year. So yeah, batting's a bit of a concern, but Rohit Sharma thrives in the IPL. He's always played well, whether he's played for Hyderabad or Mumbai Indians. Always had big IPL tournaments, so they'll be looking at him to make a big impact as usual.
Let's just actually try and set up the Mumbai Indians record over the years for you in the IPL, and sometimes these numbers give you a sense of how successful a franchise has been. They win much more than they lose, obviously, Shishir. And the one or two other aspects of their cricket that one will be watching out for, in particular perhaps Harbhajan Singh, no longer captain of the franchise, on the outside of Indian cricket, not contracted, yet in the IPL he was a top wicket taker from the Indian bowlers' point of view at the last IPL, had a great Champions League too. So, you know, another opportunity to shine.
And a great show of confidence by the franchisee, you know, retaining him. It means a lot to a player, you know, you feel wanted. You may not be in the Indian team, you may not be a contracted player, but when a franchisee retains you, it tells you a story that you don't read, you know, that somebody has faith in you, obviously for reasons on the cricketing field, you know, he's performed for them, delivered for them. But they're impulsive buyers. If you see, you know, we went in for Dumini in 2008, was it? When Dumini was in form. This year they decided to go in for Corey. You know, it was the last in, you know, the brand recall of a player in form, picked him. Now whether they fit him in the 11 is crucial, because many a time they've picked players, paid big money, you know. Glenn Maxwell didn't play a lot of cricket last year, but bought for $1 million. They'll have to allocate places for them. The role is crucial, and this is where I think Mumbai Indians have struggled over the years. They haven't allocated roles in the right perspective in terms of T20, and they won last year. Obviously they've got something right, so they know what to do.
Let's just pick up on final thoughts from you. It's going to be much harder this time to make it into the last four for the Mumbai Indians. Just looking at it, they need some of these young, some of these sort of fringe Indian players to really put in big performances. Aditya Tare, people of this kind.
Yeah, they do. I mean, Bumrah is another one they've shown faith in, who showed glimpses of what he has. He's played throughout the domestic season this year, has done quite well for Gujarat, and heard some good things about him through, which is always a good sign if a young bowler can get through a first-class season. So yeah, they'll need all these guys to step in and, you know, perform well, if not have spectacular seasons. But they'll need that support. Someone like a Sharma and Harbhajan or Raidu, who've been constants in the Mumbai Indians team, they'll need these guys to sort of have decent seasons for them to have an impact. Look, it's still a very good first 11. It's just if all the 11 players are in decent form is the question.
That's the key figure to keep an eye out for, because it is over 14 games. That's the squad, the Mumbai Indians squad. Lots of opportunities on offer now for Indian players who are coming through the ranks. Shreyas Gopal, Chidambaram Gautam, who's a wicketkeeper in Karnataka. Obviously also for the likes of Krishnapal Santokhi, the West Indies, well, sort of quick bowler. Thank you very much to Ajit Agarkar as well as Shishir Hatangri for setting up the Mumbai Indians for us on this IPL huddle. We'll keep looking at more teams as time progresses.